I was born a Naga by birth, born to farmers' parents. We were six siblings among us, and I was the youngest. So life is never easy when you have practically nothing in your hand to begin with. But thanks to generous persons who came into my life to help me complete, even for say my studies, and to stand by me all throughout my life, struggling periods. Yeah. So I know what efforts I put in to complete my studies. It's all about facing the uncertainty of your future, both from within and without. As I grew up as a young man, I had often biased and judgmental, you know, uh, towards people and who were not from my tribe or from my community.
Hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode of podcast series of Humans of Mitti Ke Rang. Today we have R K Paul Chawang with us. Hello sir, how are you doing?
I'm fine, good, thank you.
So viewers, as we know that MKR is being promoting a new podcast series of Northeast series. So we have R K Paul Chawang sir, all the way from Arunachal Pradesh, the land of rising sun of India. So let me introduce R K Paul sir. He is the founder and secretary of AMIA NGO, director of Childline Rowing, that is in Arunachal Pradesh, an Acumen Fellow, and also a director of Rowing Entrepreneurs Startup Hub. He is also into the social work from the year 2008. He is the alumni of Loyola College of in Chennai, holds MSW degree in human rights. He also initiated eye cleaning voluntary movement in 2017 to keep the rowing clean and green. So on
Right,
behalf
right.
of humans of Mitti Ke Rang, RK sir, I would like to welcome you.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be in your show this evening. It's really great and fortunate to share my stories to your team and to the entire viewers. Yeah, it's a great privilege for me. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So we know that Northeast is just a, like it's the part that comes into less focus to India, to be frank. So
Mhm.
we think that today with this session we can have more viewers to know about this wonderful part of India and join this journey, right? So sir, like
Right.
diving straight into the session. So I'd like to know that you just say about your journey till now and how Amia helped you to accomplish your dream.
Definitely, definitely. So basically, I was born a Naga by birth, born to farmers' parents. We were six siblings among us, and I was the youngest. So life is never easy when you have practically nothing in your hand to begin with. But thanks to generous persons who came into my life to help me complete, even for say my studies, and to stand by me all throughout my life, struggling periods. Yeah. So I know what efforts I put in to complete my studies. It's all about facing the uncertainty of your future, both from within and without. As I grew up as a young man, I had often biased and judgmental, you know, uh, towards people and who were not from my tribe or from my community. But thanks to my education, which took me to different parts of the country, I did my, primary schooling from Manipur, middle and higher secondary school from Assam, graduation from Nagaland, BA in philosophy from Kerala, and post-graduation in MSW, as you said, in human rights from Loyola College, Tamil Nadu. The places I had been truly taught me to break the previous conceived prejudices about people and their communities. During my studies in Chennai, I got the opportunity to work with transgenders, female sex workers who are affected with HIV, pavement dwellers, and street children. This actually laid the foundation, or sorry, the base in me to work for the suffering humanity, irrespective of their background, tribe, caste, religion, or culture. And the conviction in me to work for the needy humanity grew ever stronger and stronger. I came to work in Arunachal Pradesh in the year 2008, as you mentioned. My first visit to eastern part of this state was in 1997. My wife is an Arunachali, and I met her in 2008. She has been all throughout they are contributing much to founding and strengthening my organization right from the start till today. I had spent 13 years of my precious years doing the little that I can to uplift the vulnerable sections of the society in the target districts of eastern part of the Arunachal Pradesh. No matter I struggled to raise the reputation and credibility of my organization, but I found my dream come true through AMIA, that is my organization. Your struggles finds meaning when you realize your interventions had restored few broken smiles of minors and women who are helped to be free from bonded chains of human trafficking, domestic violence, child labor, unemployed youth are saved from falling prey to substance abuse and drug addictions, are counseled and trained to dignify their lives and become major contributors to society's growth and progress. So this is in brief the journey I took right from the start and what AMIA has helped me to realize few of my dreams. Yeah.
That's so great, sir. Like it's a full package of inspiration, like traveling to different parts of the countries and like getting to know like how to be like get into like every culture is different. Like in Northeast India, even from Arunachal Pradesh to Assam, you move, there is a vast difference in culture, right, sir? So
Definitely.
getting
Yes.
mingled with these cultures and taking all through this, it's great, sir. It's
Mm.
great and inspirational. So, sir, like you said about AMIA, how AMIA accomplished your dream. So, sir, tell us more about AMIA and how it works.
Okay. So establishing an NGO in a state like Arunachal Pradesh is never an easy task. More so when you are not a local. More so when people and government have different understanding about NGOs, taking as just money making or money making and organizations. There are certain truth to how people presume about NGOs in the state where I work. There are more than 20,000 NGOs registered in the state, and there are about 200 plus active NGOs working right now. And every year there are hundreds mushrooming. So it becomes really tough for you to project your works and activities amid such situation. Nevertheless, as long as your passion, commitment, and goals remains clear, your work continues. So AMIA NGO was primarily registered to combat illiteracy, poverty, and injustice that I have seen in the society and the state as a whole. By focusing at most vulnerable groups of the society, namely the children, women, farmers, youth, and differently able individuals. So since 2008, my organization has been carrying out short-term training programs for SCGs and farmer clubs, formation of these groups through the support of NABARD. 2008 and 2014, you say, has been a challenging years with no funds, no projects to sustain my organization. It was after 2014, I managed to get first project to become partner NGO to Northeast Council funded project called as NARCOM, which is in most of the districts in Northeast. So AMIA team of staff was formed only after that. So AMIA has been working in multi-sector intervention areas for simple reason that there is no other organization working in the region. The major interventions areas I would mention would be livelihood promotion through self-help groups formation, farmer clubs formation, promotion of farmers producer companies in 3 districts of the Eastern Arunachal Pradesh through the support of NABARD again, training of unemployed youth, protection of child rights, initiative for protection of environment through clean growing, volunteers movement. Yeah, these are the few activities that I would like to highlight. Yeah.
So, sir, like you said, like this eye cleaning concept, right? So, like keeping the rowing
Right.
area clean and green. So, what's this eye cleaning? Like we heard about cleaning, but putting an eye before a cleaning, it just makes suspicious. Like, what is this? So, can you explain what eye
So,
cleaning is?
so this concept was just, I got truly inspired from the iClean Bhopal. So the activities they do, I used to follow up in the social media. And I had in mind that why don't we put I so that, the movement we start or the sports, the areas we clean up or the trees we plant, it becomes an ownership that every one member of the movement takes the ownership that it is I who have done that. It is I who have contributed. So in that way, we have put that prefix as I.
So this is the like total concept. Like I was like perplexed about this I is something related to like ever you seen like a I coming like it sometimes feels like it goes into like a digital platform. Every concept comes like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But yeah, that's
yeah.
true. Like putting an I in front of that thing. Yeah. So like
Mm.
you said that you were Amya works in vast backgrounds in different social issues. So like
Mhm.
coming to women empowerment, sir, how Amya
Right,
helps in women empowerment, sir?
right. So ABIA firmly believes in empowering the grassroots community members and to enable them to be owners of their own development. So to achieve this, AMIA follows participatory approach, focuses at making targeted communities take active role in whole developmental process. To realize these goals, we have trained we have trained capacitated and facilitated exposure and interaction programs, disseminated information and knowledge, and closely follow up the progress of the communities with whom we work through systematic periodic impact assessments. So right-based approaches and participatory rural appraisals exercises that helps us to develop practitioners have clearer picture of the ground reality of the life situations and of the targeted communities. So it is through these approaches and exercises that we make our project intervention plans. We basically follow bottom-top approaches. It is through these approaches and exercises that we build the confidence of the community members, recognize their traditional knowledge and previous experiences. Based on these ground findings and assessments, we plan to make to bridge a gap between that is existing among the target communities. When it comes to resource tapping, knowledge, access to information, skills, exposures, marketing, backward and forward linkages. So formation of community-based organizations like self-help groups, farmer clubs, natural resource management groups has been workable strategies to empower and strengthen rural as well as urban women. So since these groups are formed, keeping in mind their socio-economic background, various skills development, trainings, exchange programs, group formations are done with a focus to empower women both at individual as well as at group level. And the number of groups, meetings, and trainings we conduct for women throughout the year are also a way to help women go beyond their four walls, meet and interact each other, and listen to each other's stories, give an opportunity to encourage and strengthen each other when it comes to challenges that they face while being on their own. So again, we also document the narration of women from different fields and make it into a documentary of a success stories like, no? And then we get back to the success stories and then, help others also to get inspired. Thus, both line, thus every woman, be it a rural woman, rural or urban, has their own struggles based on the situation and conditions they live. So what we do is to provide opportunities and platforms to be at their best, either as individuals or in groups. So yeah, this has been, our intervention areas for the women.
Like sir, there is vast communities out there, right? So every community or every tribal community, you can say that
Yeah,
have different cultures and have different, like you say, thing that their expertise, right? Sir? Their expertise. Every tribal community have
exactly,
different
exactly.
expertise.
Mm,
So
mm.
brushing their that expertise, and you are just employing the woman on that basis, right? So like if that tribe have this
Exactly. Mm,
speciality, then you brush up
mm, mm, mm.
their domain, right? So that's great. That's
Yeah,
great concept out there, sir. So like sir, Amya is also included with indulged with youth, sir. So like
yeah,
being Arunachal Pradesh, like there is less connectivity, whether you go with being
definitely.
on a railway track or being on a road, right, sir?
Mm,
You just the
mm.
connectivity maximum what people transport takes is like airport, I guess so, right, sir? Maximum transport
Exactly.
uh,
Mm.
takes place to airport, right? So
Yeah,
with limited resource being there out there, you looking all the communities, looking the youths out there. So what's your take that how should youth having capabilities should limelight their capabilities with the help of limited resource? What's your take on that, sir?
Okay, so communication and transportation has always remained a bottleneck in this part of the country, and more so during this COVID-19 pandemic. Almost everything was cut off, and the collegians, students, people who are employed in cities and metro cities, they all came back, and that added more issues to the troubled water. So, looking at this, since my childhood days, I have been engaged in conducting a number of youth-related training programs and animation programs in different occasions, and I'm continuing this same spirit till date. Youth are youth, no matter be it in south, east, west, or north. The basic zeal and dynamism is the same for every youth. At times, I feel we have too many teachers to teach, starting from parents to elders to public leaders. So, to youth, till they attain 20 to 23, or say till they complete their college or post graduation, uh, everyone is there to teach. But now the issue is, how much does a youth learn in school and colleges, given that curriculum? Uh, will those will should that those curriculum really reflect or matches with the youth capacities or potentialities which are hidden within them? No doubt there are a number of extracurricular programs based conducted in schools and colleges, like say, yoga, retreat, mindfulness, career guidance, all most of which I myself went through all that. No, but the factor that I found missing is the number of years that we spend in education that helps us to know more about ourselves, to discover our inner reality or inner world, to better understand our inner potentialities and weaknesses, and to relate ourselves with the practical world outside. So of late, after uh, giving my example, of late after crossing 40 plus, I'm going through the exercise of understanding myself better as a leader. And thanks to my Acumen India Fellow, the colleagues I have, fantastic friends I have across India, uh, whom I can consider as my second family. They are in my company towards my journey towards my inner self. So my take on every youth in the country is that we require knowledge, skills, and degrees and certificates. But as far as we require these formalities, as far as the criteria of eligibility marking is concerned. But at the end, what makes us a true happy and sustainable human being while living in this world is our inner capabilities and talents, who are all which are already there, very much in us, within us. So I have learned it, and then I think it should be applicable for every youth to start learning this inner self and discover self, which is much more than learning just alphabetics and numerics, like So not all youth in the country are blessed with good backgrounds. I come from a very poor farmer background. I started from zero. Thus, it is important to start with limited resources, with small unit, and to be consistent and remain focused in the effort. I think this would apply across every field and every spectrum. So I would take on every youth, and so encourage every youth to start small, to believe in yourself, and to not give up and be consistent in the effort. Yeah.
It's great. That's so inspiring. Like having limited resources, you coming from background of a family which have farmer background, and you are just coming up with this. Like you are a sole example of that. Right? We don't want any examples other than you. Like you are sitting over here and doing such a great job. So that's very inspiring and great.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, sir, like we know that tourism is the like coming to Northeast India, tourism plays a very important role. Whether it's
Right.
Assam, whether it's Arunachal, there's 8 sisters out here. So, you
Yes, sir.
said that AMIA is included with the youth in like tourism practice, right, sir? So, how
Mhm.
do you train the youths about this tourism, and what do you teach them about tourism?
So to begin with, Northeast is gifted with natural resources and scenic beauties. No, It has huge scope and potentiality for promotion of tourism. Arunachal Pradesh in particular has huge areas of unexplored areas for tourism. I stay in eastern part of Arunachal Pradesh. Among many best places for tourism to boom, let me make a mention of Dibang Valley. I'm staying in Lower Dibang Valley, and there's another district near China border called Dibang Valley, with headquarters called as Anini. The district, place the district many mention as second heaven on earth, like no. So we have seen the potentiality for the past years, and during this past number of years, we have been mentoring the youth of this region on first to start with setting their mindset right, and also to inculcate in them the passion to venture into the fields of tourism. We have been conducting trainings on self-employment and entrepreneurship skills, which are also oriented towards tourism, and then customer interaction, basic etiquette and skills in communication and life skills. So these are foundation which any profession for that matter requires, in this 21st century. So we have been trying to mentor session after session to the youth. The basic traits that they take up in the field of tourism are like homestay. Youth, they have ventured into homestay. They have ventured into rafting, rock climbing, seven lake trekking, birding. Uh, so these are the few areas we have tried to explore in, and we are in the process of coming up with a mobile app to have better access for visitors from outside, tourists from outside in India and abroad. To at one click, they would have information and then all the bookings that they can be done. So we are trying to, mentor this youth. Uh, as for our viewers and for our information, for understanding, this part of the youth is they're still very, very raw education level, skill level, as compared to even our neighboring districts in Assam, Manipur, and Nagaland, Mizoram. Our youth need a lot of motivation that has to come in, because easy money has spoiled the whole youth. And after having graduated, they look for contractual work, business. But then we are trying to uh, orient and motivate this youth to help them to come back to the root, to also give importance to farm and non-farm sector, which also can be developed through the route of tourism. So we are making every effort. AMIA is sparing no stone, making every effort to help this youth to come up. Yeah.
It's nice of you, sir. Yeah, we know that being a youth of any state, right? So we play a major role, right? Now the
Right.
changes are going like all the youths in India is going to be more younger, right? Sir? So yeah, taking this step is like I think it would be very beneficial in coming time. And I know that we are this part of the country will be explored soon with the development
Right.
going out there, right? So sorry, you had this beautiful journey, and we know that any journey never goes very smooth. Like it has ups and downs, right,
Hmm.
sir? So what was your lowest point in this journey, and how did you overcome that?
So basically, starting my own organization as a founder, having a very clear goal, what we want to achieve, having a postgraduate degree in NGO management on human rights, which is an issue. But at the same time, the difficulties, the challenges I came across, which I would say not mere challenges, but an opportunity for me also to learn, keep on learning. Uh, Funding has been a factor for my organization to come up. In the initial stages, up to 5 years, I depended on the salaries of my own wife, trying to manage and sustain my few one or two staff. So that has been a challenge. And the other challenge is that the you know the understanding that the people have in this part of the region. Many people understand or presume that NGO is a thing which people make money and then they don't work, they make some documentation, and once they get crores of fund, then they close the chapter. So this is the common assumption they have. So another factor is government. I've been trying to tap government resources and government fundings, but till date, it has not been a successful. Uh, I, anyway, I have other alternative options from outside the states who are ready to fund and help through CSR and other organizations. That has been a very supportive thing. And I honestly saying that there's not that challenge, there's not big challenge that could count on me to surrender my work. I keep on dedicating my work, what with uh, with uh, no matter whatever the uh, situation I am. Yeah.
Like I through your words, I can feel that yeah, you are very positive at that point of time. Like you didn't allow that
Mm.
problem to hit you back very badly, right? So,
Right, right.
so sir, like now we know that world has gone through pandemic time. So how was that? How this pandemic affected Amia's mission and how the other sectors of the life were affected out there?
So during this pandemic, honestly speaking, it has really affected my organization. And unfortunately, one of the major project which I mentioned before, that is Northeast Council NARCOM project, uh, got decontracted during this pandemic. And you know, and at this pandemic moment, since we have a number of farmer clubs formed across 3 districts, their activities were put on hold since there was no transportation. Their products could not be marketed. Their vegetations and fruits and all those remained hold. But with the good understanding of the district administration and deputy commissioner, we were able to market some products. They gave permission. They gave they also help us in getting the buyers, and we are able to market those products. And this pandemic, my team, my childline team, and my organization team, we have been strong. We stood firm, and we helped out the district administration and the frontline workers during this pandemic, the medical department as well as the police department. And AMIA uh, response to COVID-19 has been immense, and I should give credit to the whole team of mine. We were able to reach out to differently abled persons, all age, the migrant laborers, the minors. We came across a lot of cases related to minors who ran away from home, who were under domestic labor, and who called us up to rescue them. And we have been taking the support of the village self-help groups, the student union, the public leaders, and they were all up to work together. And during this, although we have gone through this COVID-19 crisis affecting almost every part of the country and world, I also have learned very good things from this. I have seen immense amount of humanitarian spirit coming out, immense amount of charity, immense amount of voluntary spirit coming out. So that's a good thing that I have seen through this COVID-19. And we have been we have been trying to help out every sector. You call it self-help groups, the women group in the villages. You call it education. We have conducted during this COVID-19 290 teachers, government teachers came on board to attend online training, which was organized and facilitated by me and resource person. We are from Quest Alliance based in Bangalore. Through districts, we covered 290 teachers online training. So even tourism sector, we are trying to through my startup hub. We are right today also. The training is underway. Banana fiber extraction unit. We are trying to come up with eco-friendly products from banana fiber to replace plastic. Uh, these trainings are going on like no. So we have got youth, we have got rural women. We are following in perfect perfection the SOP given by the government. So things are happening, and life is still going on.
Like sir, this pandemic has like put more responsibility on your shoulders, right, sir?
Yes,
It gave
yes,
you
yes.
more responsibility, and that's I think it's a good sign. Like sir, you got a focus, right? In this pandemic,
Right.
this AMIA got a focus, and it's a good thing.
Mm,
I think it happened with you. Also, sir, this
exactly.
AMIA is involved with farmers. Like I went through your LinkedIn profile, then there it was written that AMIA helped like to cope up with the modern technologies
Exactly.
to with
Mm.
the farmers. So what's the process for this?
So farmers during this pandemic, almost every villages and every town, they ran sort of uh, basic essential commodities, especially when it comes to fresh vegetables. To boost our immune system, we are told to eat fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. So almost every major areas got shut down because of from Assam, nothing could come in to the Arunachal. So again, uh, pandemic of COVID-19 caught us by surprise, and everyone was not prepared to keep stock or to keep ready. That's how our farmers in the villages, wherever our farmers clubs were there, they accepted the request of the district administration, and they started supplying these basic essential commodities of vegetables and fruits to different locations. And all the due permissions were granted by the deputy commissioner. And we tried to, fill up the gap that existed in the society and community. And my team of staff and the farmers, they really reach out to the people. Yeah, that has been great. Yeah.
That's nice. So, sir, like moving to the end of this session, like you are a single person. I can say that you are a one-man army, right? So, like
Hmm.
focusing on farmers, then entrepreneurship, that moving towards women empowerment and every stuff. So, what's your real mantra of these? Like keeping yourself so calm and cool, and just trying to handle all the stuff in one go. So, what's your mantra?
So it's basically about loving what we do and just to do what we love, like, no? So again, I would add up, I think in few other lines, compassion to work no matter what might come. Do not keep too many expectations in life. We get depressed when we don't really meet up to our expectations, no? I think, as I said in the beginning also, we need to have immense trust in us, immense trust and faith in ourselves. And then be in the company of positive people. Yeah. So these are the few mantras which I need to share with you.
So like yeah, whatever you said, it was brief, but it has a lot of meanings. And like yeah,
Right.
these are the main things that we should focus on. So sir, like thank you for joining with us. Sir. It was immense pleasure. Other than this was a wonderful session with you, sir.
So thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. I really honestly like to thank Mitti Ke Rang and your podcast, and to you, Abhishek, for having me on this show today. And I really look up to your team in future also, because in our region we have hardly any media who covers our work. And thank you so much for being online, and I really appreciate your team. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah,
And also all the best for your future endeavors, sir. And I hope and I
sure.
pray that Amia, like it just come up with a giant organization. Just not in Arunachal Pradesh, it should cover all of the Northeast sir, and all of the India, sir. So,
Thank you,
sir,
thank you, thank you.
so
Yeah,
on
we'll
behalf
catch
of,
up.
yeah, sir, sure, sir. And on behalf of Mitti Ke Rang, I would like to thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So, viewers, we are here with the end of the session, and we'll be back with yet another episode of podcast series. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.